We continue to substitute our values, this time m and n. I have 3 different problems. We'll still use the same variables for each. In this particular one, all right, so we have a negative m and n. Our m value is a negative 5. Now that can be confusing, and sometimes students forget that they need to actually copy that sign and the negative 5. But that looks kind of strange together. So this would be a good opportunity to put parentheses around the values of the variables that you're inserting into the problem. So in this particular problem, the m is going to be a negative 5. We could swing parentheses around it to make sure that we've put the right value in, and then copy what's left here. This negative sign would be obvious to be dropped down into the problem. And then the n is going to be a negative 2. Again, putting parentheses around that value makes you positive that you are getting the right value for the right letter in the proper spot. Whenever one single value is in the set of parentheses, it's either to show it as an entity of its own, or it's a multiplication symbol. In this case, we have now a single term and a single term, so this becomes multiplication. And that's the only thing that's in this problem other than the negatives that show that we have negative values for the numbers. So let's now multiply these two together. We would get a 10. Apply your rules for positive and negatives. Are the signs the same? Yes. So that would be a positive 10. We can show or not show the positive number. But we do have this negative symbol hanging around. As soon as we now distribute this symbol into, we have two signs that are different, so that the sign becomes a negative 10 is our answer. Putting the values in, I'm going to put 4 and put my value in for n. It's a negative 2. Minus 3, and here's my value, a negative 5 for the m. Again, our values are single inside the parentheses. So this denotes a multiplication symbol. So we're going to distribute 4 times a negative 2. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. Are the signs the same? No, this one is an understood positive. So the 8 becomes a negative. Over here, let's multiply our values. 3 times a negative 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Are the signs the same? No, that's a negative 15 then. But we have this negative symbol that we need to drop into the problem too. So now we have a negative and a negative side by side. So that turns the 15 positive, and the negative 8 is dropped into position. Now we have a negative and a positive. Are the signs the same? No. That means we're going to subtract the numbers. So 15, positive 15, and negative 8. We're going to get 7 out of that and copy the sign of the larger numeral, which would be the 15, which is positive. So positive 7 is our answer. Okay, here's our third one using the same variables. M is a negative 5. I'll swing parentheses around it because that's what I'm inserting for m, and then we have to square it. Minus the n, which is a negative 2, square that. We have to take the squares of both those numbers, so we can do that in one step across the problem. Negative 25, or negative 5 times negative 5 is a 25. And negative 2 times a negative 2 is a 4. And now now we only have this negative sign to drop down into our problem. 21 is the answer.